With all my people. Hey, I'm a cop it when the bag gone. Yeah. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Yeah. I'm on some getting rich shit. What's up, my guy? Stelly Entertainment, what's happening? Yeah. Cause I never came up with them. Yeah. Bitch, don't blow my line up. Yeah. No designer. Yeah. Man, we gonna have some good topics. We finna talk about some real shit, man. Y'all know what it is, man. We gonna do this a virtual book signing, man. So if you wanna tap in and get the Hustle Code book, remember, tap in, man. Y'all can hit right now, and you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna sign some copies for y'all and send some copies out. If you can afford to support. But if you can't, it's understandable. We still gonna get it to y'all. $1 million up. Yeah. I just use the grand to fuck hoes. Yeah. Can y'all hear me? Everything good? Everything clear? No delays? None of that type of shit going on? Oh, let me just leave that there. No delays or nothing? Everything good? Let me know if y'all can hear me. Money ASAP. Yeah. Is the music loud and clear? Okay, no delays. Good. Loud and clear, man. What's up to everybody, man? What's up to everybody? Let some people get on in here, man. Give yourself a round of applause. Give yourself a round of applause if you tuned in, tapped in, fucking with us at the Health and Hustle Show. You know what I'm saying? We got all the people vibing, all the people in here. We rocking out, man. You know, this shit finna turn real visual in a minute, man. We gonna be doing a real, you know what I'm saying, Health and Hustle Show. I was just doing the podcast to jump off and kick this shit off. You know what I'm saying? We gonna turn this shit up. And we gonna do a real show to where we traveling. If I had to describe the show in words, it would be Andrew Bourdain meets 50 Cent. You know, hip hop with adventure. You know, and awareness. I'm gonna be bringing some awareness. We gonna have conversation, talk, tune in. I know we gonna have at least a few more people coming in here, climbing up in here. You know, Corey, what's happening, man? You know what I'm saying? Everybody jumping in here. Oh, okay. Let's get it then. Seven Mile Boo, what's happening? You know what I'm saying? Big Swag, what's happening? Big Swag, you gotta get that book too, dog. Let me know, man. Come on, man. You gotta get these jewels because these some jewels in here. Everybody that got their book, man, I know y'all better been reading that motherfucker or left some reviews or something, man. Come on, man. We trying to turn this shit up. You know? Yeah, let's get it, man. Y'all know what it is. Hey, man, what we tell them? They can keep the followers, man. We gonna count some M's up. Y'all can keep the followers. Yeah. I'm gonna count $1 million up. Yeah, if that's how you feeling, if you feeling like, you know what I'm saying, like you ain't finna conform to what the fuck society is talking about, they can keep the followers. We don't want the fame, we want the money. You know what I'm saying? I was never one after the fame. I never gave a fuck about the fame because the fame ain't it. You know what I'm saying? Especially in the lifestyles we come from, it wasn't about the fame. It wasn't about too much raw steam. You know what I'm saying? It was more about getting to it. That's what brought all the greats down. When they wanted to be, you know what I'm saying, like, they all were trying to be, you know what I'm saying, that guy. Like, I never seeked out to be that guy. Like, even now, like, you know, I don't give a fuck when rappers get brought up, Detroit rappers and shit get brought up. I don't care because they don't speak on me. It be people around me like, yeah, man, the motherfuckers, he saying this right here. They never mentioned DWI tape. But it's cool because we led one of the biggest movements, biggest independent movements there. I was personally myself spending $10,000 a month just on promotion, billboards, and all that shit. And this was back in the day. This was independent. So people who know. If you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? We know the walks we took. We know the things we did. We know the accomplishments. We know the people we've lost. You know everything, man. And rest in health. You know what I'm saying? And peace and purpose because they lived out their purpose here on this earth. Rest in peace to all our fallen soldiers. Rest in peace to, you know what I'm saying, everybody who were trying and didn't make it. You know what I'm saying? We have a lot of people that were, you know, trying to make it for their families and build something and a name and everything and leave a legacy, you know, which they did leave a legacy because, you know, we are who we are regardless. We the ticket out the hood. Absolutely. That shit was everywhere. And that was my motto. I ain't come out with a selfish motto or nothing like that. I was always pushing DWI forward. We the ticket out the hood. It wasn't even about tape. It wasn't solely about tape with my independent movement. It was more about we the ticket out the hood. Deal with it. Deal with the records. We the ticket out the hood. So it's just that, moving in the streets, when you're trying to balance that life out in the streets, you know what I mean, with music and all that shit right there, it becomes very difficult, especially from Detroit and like moving like we move. If you know anything about really moving seriously in the streets, it's a big difference than just hustling in the streets. When you really moving out there and you got a name for certain things. So, I'm just thankful to be here. If you made it through any of that, guess what? Give yourself a round of applause. I'm give myself a round of applause and thank, the Creator for being able to bless me to see, more years, see my children coming of age. Not a grandfather yet, but I'm here, you feel me? So with that being said, man, if you're here today, you tuned into the Health and Hustle Show with Detroit King Tape, give yourself a round of applause. If you've done something healthy today, give yourself a round of applause. You ate something healthy today. If you have a healthy circle, give yourself a round of applause. You know what I'm saying? And last but not least, if you did some good deeds today or you have some good deeds planned, give yourself a round of applause. So I know y'all see me on the IG, man. I'll be getting to it. I'll be getting my workout on. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing all type of shit. I got so much business behind the scenes. Cuz, what's happening? You know what I mean? Oh, so T, you didn't have to do it. You tripping, man. Oh, that's what we was dealing with, that broker. So me and my cuz T-Rone, man, I had a Jag that I bought. I had a Jag, but I didn't bought. I just leased it from this broker. It's so crazy. I'm gonna tell this story. A lot of this shit gonna be in my bio too. So I had bought a Jag from one of my guys, and he got it from the broker, and he put me with the broker. So I spent X amount of dollars down on it, and was just paying the note. And so I got this Jag and shit, and so the guy, me and the broker became cool. The broker would hit me up. He would, like borrow money from me because he had a habit. But the broker was a piece of shit broker. He had a name for being a piece of shit and everything. And so, he would hit me up. Like, I remember one time he hit me from the casino, like, T, man, I'm fucked up, man. Like, damn, man, I just came out of the casino. I lost this. I shot him 4 bands. You know what I'm saying? Like, here you go, dog, no problem. So now, I had a partner, my guy Noah. That's what it was, my guy Noah. This shit was crazy as hell. So I let my guy Noah drive to New York. He wanted to drive to New York. And so I threw him the Jag, like, go ahead. You know what I'm saying? It was the new Jag, the SJL, long boy. I let him slide to New York. I think he wanted to take his family, somebody to New York. So he slid over there to New York. Black, what's happening? Well, everybody in the building, what up? So he slid to New York. He drove to New York. So when the broker, he was out of Tennessee, he saw the car go to New York. This motherfucker was like, yo, what are you doing? Are you selling the car? All this right here? I'm like, motherfucker, I ain't selling shit. Like, what the fuck is you tripping on? Like, I ain't limited to where I can go with the vehicle, motherfucker. Like, what's your problem? This is the same motherfucker that was calling me when he left out the casino and shit like that, and I was shooting 4,000. So I'm like, bro, what's your problem? So secretly, this motherfucker contacts some of our people to go and take the vehicle, go to repossess the vehicle. I'm like, my nigga, what are you doing? Dog, I just gave you, what I think I gave him a dub? I gave him like a dub down on that motherfucker. I'm like, bro, you tripping. So he goes to New York. He has the people go to New York. While my man in New York, dog, they debo him. You know what I'm saying? They take the whip. They snatched the whip from my man. So my man hit me on the phone mid-conversation. I'm talking about while they in the thick of it. Knew it hit me like, man, what's up, man? What you want? You want me to shoot these motherfuckers? I'm talking about he was already licensed. He had his heater with him, everything. So he like, dog, you want me to shoot these motherfuckers or what? I'm like, dog. I'm like, man, no, I don't want you to get in no trouble. You got your daughter with you, everything. I'm like, I don't want you to get in no trouble, bro. Like, nah, you don't need to get in no trouble or nothing, dog. I'm like, damn, this fucked up. So I was in a situation. I'm calling this guy, this guy not answering the phone. So I said, fuck it, man. Go ahead. I ain't want the guy to get in no trouble, man, over the fucking car with me and shit like that. So the guy took the car. So now I found out who he used to get the car. And we slid down on them. And they said, look, man, we don't want no problems with y'all. just, you know what I'm saying, we gonna let y'all know. We gonna put a GPS on there for y'all so y'all can know exactly where it's at. Man, we tracked that motherfucker. Me and Cuz jumped in the whip, slid down there, and we went to Tennessee. Nigga, we was laying on them. So the car was parked. The GPS is showing us where the car parked at. The car's parked in the garage, in a parking garage down in Nashville, I think it was. Was it Nashville, Cuz? So we down in Nashville, we land, nigga, the Laker game on, it's the playoff. Cuz like, dog, man, I want to, hey, come on, cuz, man, we got to go watch the game. I'm like, dog, we on a stakeout, nigga. You can't take a break. We don't want to take no bathroom break, nothing, dog. So the shit is so funny, right? So now we stayed down there for what, a day and a half, 2 days? And the motherfucking car got on the move. They hit us like the car on the move. So now we jump, man. We bend the corner, cuz driving that motherfucker. We jump right behind him. So now we trailing him. He jump up, pull up in the grocery store. Man, before he knew it, I was tapping him on his shoulder. Oh, you told you was hungry, yeah. Before he knew it, I was tapping him on his shoulder. Like, what's up, dog? Like, what's up with that whip? And I'm talking about I'm in his face. Like, dog, I'm gonna fuck you up. You know how you get out the car, right? You get after you got your shit clean, you get out the car and you look at that motherfucker like, oh, this motherfucker cold. So that he had that look, but when he spent around who was in his face, we was right in his face. And Cuz had that FN. I just bought you that FN. He had that FN with him too. I say, man, what's up, man? I say, run the motherfucking keys. And so crazy, man, I could have had a carjacking charge. I could have had everything. I was clowning for real, but I was so pissed off that it fueled me. I'm like, dog, nah, bro, you ain't gonna get on us like that. So, man, I walked all the way in. He thought he was, you know what I'm saying, going to be able to wiggle out of. I walked him all the way in the grocery store, everything. I'm talking about on him like this, in his face like, dog, I'm telling you, I'm not playing. Like, it's finna go down right now if you don't hand no keys over, bro. Like, you finna get fucked over all the way right here. I'm not playing. And his fat cousin pulled up. He had another motherfucker pull up. I'm like, I don't give a fuck who you call. I'm talking the police walked past us and everything. I was like, dog, I don't give a fuck who you call. Ain't nobody going to save you right now. Man, he did the right thing. He tossed those keys over to me. He was like, bro, you know, my bad, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And I took that motherfucking car, and he ain't never get that bitch back. Hey, tapped him on the shoulder, for real. Hey, man, that shit was so funny, but I got to put that made me, I was actually writing out a treatment to that shit because we were going to actually do a short series, like, called Shady Brokers. You know, like these brokers be a motherfucker. We used to take like 25, 50. I know motherfuckers that was giving up 100,000 down on a vehicle. Them double R's and Bentleys and all that shit. Motherfuckers was putting 75, 100,000 down on the vehicles for the brokers to let you keep it for a month and come right back and snatch it and take it and resell it to some more dope boys. You know what I'm saying? Some more boys that was getting to it. Man, I'm talking about us coming up in the streets. That's why we got to know what to do with our finances. And we're not thinking that we could have took a portion of that money that we put down and had our business credit, our corporations, our credit built up to where we could go get our own shit. Like, it's just the lack of financial literacy. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is crazy, but that's just that story. It's a motherfucker looking back on that. And I had to, you know what I'm saying, like put it down. So when I snatched that from him, dude was so scared. He moved his whole family, everything. He's like, man, if that got 10 more minutes, I would have been at the house and that guy would have been at my house with my kids and my family. You damn sure right. You don't play with a serious, dedicated man, especially a serious, dedicated, you know what I'm saying, man from Detroit in the streets. We was in the thick of it. So, you know what I mean? That's just one of the stories, man. I got so many, man. We going to be putting this shit in autobiographies and everything. Y'all going to be getting this, man. So, man, a round of applause. We made it out that situation because it could have been ugly, bro. You know what I'm saying? It could have been ugly, but it would have been really ugly for him. If it was going to be ugly for me, I made it up in my mind that it was going to be terrible for him. It was going to be horrible. You know what I'm saying? Horrendous. It was going to be horrible for his ass. So, yeah, man, we going to get to the show, man. Like I said, I just wanted to touch on that, man. Cuz, what's happening? I'm glad Cuz brought that up right there. So speaking on that, that leads us off into wasteful spending. Like, what are you wasting? Like, all of us, I don't care if you from the hood, you 9 times out of 10, you don't have the financial literacy, especially if you know what I'm saying, like on the streets, like if you work in the streets in the hood and all that shit right there. You really don't grow up with the financial literacy. So what are you wasting time, energy, You know what I'm saying? Finances, everything on. What are you wasteful? What are you wasteful with? You know, a lot of us are wasteful with food. A lot of us are wasteful with our energy. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us are wasteful with our energy with people because you're investing your energy, your time, and your finances in the wrong people. So if you are wasteful with your spending, that means you're wasteful in other areas as well. It ain't just that you wasteful with the check. If you wasteful with the check and you talking to a person who's been wasteful with the check the majority of my life, you know what I mean? Like I'll you know what I'm saying? I'll run through some hundreds. Like that's, you know what I mean? That's nothing to me. But at the same time, now we have to be very crucial. Like it's so important right now with the economy and how everything going. Man, I advise everybody don't spend shit. Don't buy nothing. Just make sure all of your priorities together. Don't buy nothing. Right now is the time to prioritize and don't spend on nothing. All of the big corporations and everything, just like the documentary we have going right now. So we had a Zoom call, and the woman who is the head of film, you know what I'm saying, over at Heartbeat, and she told us up at Heartbeat Productions, and she told us, she was like, yo, she's like, you know, nobody is spending money from, you know what I'm saying, the Netflix. All of the corporations right now are telling everybody to freeze. Like, don't spend, you know what I'm saying, don't spend the money. Oh, yeah, he took 6 people cars before that. Yeah, he did. He took Bentleys, everything from people. I'm talking about them people been paying for years, and down there had the cars paid off, and the guy went and took it. But that's just jumping the subject to that. But we put a stop to all that shit. And now, like, just the wasteful spending, like, that's what she was telling us. She was bringing us up to speed. Like, the corporations aren't even spending money like that no more because everybody's trying to wait to see what happened with this election, all that shit. 1,000, what's happening? So you have to think the same way. Don't be duped. The biggest fucking thing that I don't understand, why in the fuck do the politicians come on here? If you look at their campaign fucking commercials and shit, hey, I don't care if you can just send $10. Motherfucker, we need $10. We don't have $10 to send you. You up there with the checks. Y'all getting the checks. Y'all cutting this shit, man. Come on, man. Y'all better find some funds from somewhere else. That's what I don't get, and I don't understand that part. How are you asking the people with the state of the economy and everything, how are you even asking for a crumb? Y'all got all these motherfuckers up there that's, you know what I'm saying, that's cutting the checks. Y'all can do all that shit with tax write-offs. Man, and you asking the people who are already oppressed for money. Don't that sound stupid? That sounds stupid as hell to me. So, you know, like, if it sounds stupid to you, man, hey, man, listen, man, let's sound an alarm. Let's sound an alarm, because that shit sounds stupid as a motherfucker, man, for real. But we going to get off into it, man. This is Health and Hustle. You know what I'm saying? The Health and Hustle show. We tapped in, man. It's the Hustle Code. We about to read some excerpts out of here. And this is the virtual book signing. So if you do want to tap in and get your book, I'm telling you right now, this book, hands down, is a fucking classic. And I don't say this about nothing. I'm not even the biggest fan of my own music, even though I'll be spitting some shit. But at the same time, I am sold on this book right here. I know what's in here. You know what I'm saying? And if you get it and you read it, I'm sure you can appreciate it, especially if you come from nothing. You know, even if you still in nothing, it's jewels in here that you can get out of here and really apply to your day-to-day life. This ain't a novel, man. You know what I'm saying? This is a personal development book. This is up there with the 48 laws and all that shit right there. And it's even better, I'm going to tell you why. It's because it's coming from a personal perspective. It's coming from my experience. It ain't coming from somebody who looking at other people's lives and, you know, using references and all that shit right there. I ain't using no references. This is coming straight from me. You feel me? Yeah, so my booties, you got your book, right? You got your book, right? Yeah, let me know if you got it. If you do, man, leave that review, bro. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you leave that review when y'all done reading and the shit. And 1,000, you ain't read your book either, man. You need to get that and leave that review. I need these reviews to turn up because the more I get the reviews on there, like I'm working with doctors. I'm working with a doctor, tapping in with him over at USC. You know, he's we gonna start working and doing some shit. He's already a trauma surgeon over here he works at the county, volunteers and shit like that in LA. So we gonna be doing some shit. I'm gonna do some shit in the D too. Oh, you got it off Audible. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's what it's about, man. It's about tapping in. It's about being careful with your spending, man. Like I had a few things to talk about today. Wasteful spending. Here's the thing right here. All of us look back and say, damn, man, if I would have did something different with that money. Just like I gave that situation about the car, right? Here it is. I'm going to put 20, 25 down on a car, a vehicle that ain't even in my name. You know what I'm saying? This vehicle is not even in my name. And I'm paying a high-ass fucking car note on there, which they probably ripping me off on. I'm paying it to them. I'm paying the insurance too. They ripping me the fuck off. They eating off me on every term. So my thing is this right here. If I would have took a portion of that, even if you took 10% of that, if I take 2,000, 2,500 and go get your credit tightened up, go get some trade lines put on there, you know, go build your own shit up and work towards getting you, you know what I'm saying, whatever vehicle you want to get. And the shit even be in your name. That's what it's about, man. We got to start working and using the money in the correct areas. You know, not being so wasteful and used to where it's not even making sense. Like it don't make sense no more. If you blow through a couple hundred right now, you look back and be like, man, why the fuck did I spend that like that? You know, a fool and his money shall soon part. And I know this. I've been a fool many times, like I say. So we want to talk about that. And I wanted to talk about this too, man. This is what I want to talk about, right? Because this is the era of flexing. Oh, the best place to leave reviews, you can go to DetroitKingTape.com and it's a whole review section, Corey. You can go to DetroitKingTape.com and go right there. It's a whole, you know what I'm saying, section. I've been grabbing that Nvidia stock with the extra money. Yeah, that's, you know what? 7 Mile Boo just dropped some game on there. You know what I'm saying? He just dropped a stock in there that, you know what I'm saying, y'all need to tap in with and get. If he's saying he been grabbing extra money off of that, that's good. You know, I ain't even hip to the stock. You know, I used to have somebody doing the stocks for me and shit. It just be, my time is so hard to concentrate on that shit because you have to be on that 24/7. You have to check on it all the time to make sure you know what I'm saying, you're in a good space, and especially it depends on what you're investing in. So for me, you know, I'd like to have people in positions to do that, to work that. But so make sure you're paying attention on your spending, man. And now let's talk about this right here, because this is an era of flexing. This is the era where everybody is flexing. Everybody, soon as they get some paper, what you want to do, you want to flex, right? That's why I don't care about none of that shit no more. I don't care about showing up, showing out. Like, I done did that. I've been there, done that. And that's not the long game. That's not the longevity. When you are mixing, mingling with, you know what I'm saying, multi-millionaires, and, you know, these guys come out just as regular as ever. But when you look at them bank accounts, them safes, they shit stuffed. You know what I mean? Like, what we have done in this era, it has shifted from the rappers used to want to be the street guys. Now the street guys want to be the rappers. You see what I'm saying? So now everybody wants a rapper. Like, what was that show, that balloon pop shit? Did y'all just see that balloon pop shit where the girl was on there? The girls was on there and the guy came out there. You know, guy came out there. You know, the brother was decent. You know what I'm saying? He came out there and, you know, he dropped a whole bunch of jewels and everything. But they popped the goddamn balloons before he even made it out there. And all of them was ratchets. You know what I'm saying? Ratchets, rats and everything. But my thing is this right here. Y'all hit the balloon on him, and then once he talked, I bet y'all wanted to, like they said, y'all wanted to blow them bitches back up. Because he dropped so much game. It's just like, yo, y'all are fooled by a perception. Now, if he came out there looking like a rapper, jewels swinging, you know what I'm saying, fucking, you know what I mean, like just in all the latest designer shit with the labels on them, monograms, you know, like they probably would have bit down on him, you know, like they would have been dying to get him. But they just made a mockery out themselves and showed how, you know what I'm saying, like, what is that? Like their vision, like they don't have the vision. They don't even see. Y'all don't really want nobody, you know what I mean, like who has some real substance to them, or somebody that can really help you out in life, that can teach you. The biggest thing a man can do besides providing is teaching and leading. It ain't even just providing. That's why you see these multi-millionaires, mega fucking millionaires and stars, their wives and shit be leaving their ass. It don't matter just because you can cut the check. You know what I'm saying? Like, can you live up to that responsibility? Because a man has to teach and lead a woman. If you can't teach and lead a woman, then that shit gonna wear off. The money gonna wear off because she gonna be seeking something else. You feel me? That's the one thing I always know. That's why you better tap in and get the hustle code to teach you so much in here. I'm telling you, you can apply this to everybody. Women, children, you know what I'm saying? The grandma, you can apply this to everywhere, to from the workplace to home. So the hustle code is it, I'm telling you. So now it's just like, like everybody want to be a rapper. Everybody want to be a rapper. I came up in the era to where you rapped if you could. And then the hustlers started to get into rapping. You see, I started rapping at fucking in the 3rd grade. I did fucking a few what do you call that? Challenges and shit. What is it? Like the rappers, the rap beefs, the battles. Like I did a rap battle before. All this shit right here, right? I come up in hip hop, but now I saw it change from hip hop to a hustle, to where all of the hustlers wanted to rap. You know what I'm saying? Like all of the hustlers say, okay, well shit, if they can do it, I can do it too. All I have to do is show the money. And Cash Money had a lot to do with that too. Because Jay-Z, he was influencing that, but he was really rapping. He was showing up. You ain't know, he had timepieces and shit on that you ain't even know what the fuck they was. You know what I mean? But it was next level. He was in double R's before motherfuckers even, knew what the double R's, they was playing the double R's. So, he influenced that scene too, but his was on a higher level. I think Cash Money came on and showed that stunt, and they took that stunt to the next level. Baby and them did, and everybody was like, oh, okay, if they can do that, we getting money too. We can do that too. We can be the new Cash Money. We can be this right here. That's why my brother came up with DWI. He was like, yo, we going to be like Baby and Slim. You know what I'm saying? My brother Rue. He's like, we going to be like Baby and Slim. When I came home from the feds, I was like, okay, cool, let's get it. And we ran with that. But I always could rap. You know what I'm saying? Like I always could rap. I started off for the hip hop. So then once I started taking it serious, because I came home in 2000. So I started taking it serious like 2003, 2004 when I caught another case. I had caught a case and I was fighting the case. And during my time in the county, I was like, you know what, man? Let me start focusing on something else too. So I started writing raps and shit like that. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna start taking this serious. And when I came out on bond, I jumped in the studio. And I'm like, all right. And I laid the first song. The first song I laid myself was called One Day. And we wind up putting Sarah Stokes on there. And the shit was a hit for real. One Day was a banger. And people, received it well. And I was like, okay, well, I can do this. And my team around me embraced it too and was like, dog, you got it. You got something. Let's work. So we started working. And so then that's what emerged from there was hustlers rapping. That's what emerged from there. If you was doing something on the streets, you had a name, you was getting some money. Now it's like, okay, this is an investment for you. Invest in an artist or invest in yourself if you can rap. And that's what breeded the hustlers. So then you ran across a lot of people that couldn't rap, but they had some money behind them or they had the image, and then you seen them trying to fuel their shit. And from there on out, it just started. I feel like it started watering down. Now every motherfucker, we in the state now everybody think they can rap. I don't care who family it is. You can go over, if you fucking with a chick, whatever, guess what? She got a damn a brother that can rap, nephew that can rap. I don't care who it is, the cousin. Shit, you'll find it's families with a brother and a sister rap. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody fucking rap nowadays. Like it's nothing else to do. Like it ain't no other moves to make. Like it ain't nothing else. You know what I'm saying, to do. And it's so much more to do. Just like this right here. Like I said, man, you know what? I want to be able to show people something different. Let me be able to show the youth something different. Show them that they can write. Like you can write a book. If you can write a rap, you can write a book. You can write a story. You can write a movie. You can write a script. You know what I'm saying? And that's just like for people that want to be healthy. Guess what? You can create a detox. You can come up with your own detox. You can come up with health supplements. You can do all of this shit. It's not far-fetched. So that's my goal, is to show this is not far-fetched. It's not just about to break a hit song for me. And the money is fucked up in the music game now anyway. So if you chasing that, man, you got to make sure that you have a solid plan and you have some dollars behind you, because it's all payola. They paying their way into this shit. And back then we was trying to pay our way into the shit, but it was just a lot of politics and bullshit that I don't even like to deal with and go with. So if you still chasing that, man, listen, hey, shout out to you, man. Hopefully that shit worked for you. I'm passionate about the music, but I'm more passionate about sharing and leaving something that really, will inspire, motivate people and school them and teach them. That's what we have to be on now. So give yourself a round of applause, man, if you believe in that and you believe in helping and sharing and giving information to uplift the culture. This is truly uplifting the culture. The Hustle Code is going to uplift the culture. So speaking of that, we're going to bring something out of that, and then we're going to have some more conversation. So let's talk. I want to speak on this right here. So this is chapter 9. If you have this book, or if you don't, tap in to get it. I told you can get one. You can get a copy. Now let's do this right here. So this is chapter 9, Mastery. So now it takes 10,000 hours to achieve your master's degree and a split second to lose it all. Now, what I'm saying about that right there is anything you've been doing for 10,000 hours or more, when the people attend college and everything, like you got to have 10,000 or more hours for that to be considered a master's degree, right? So you have people on the streets, if you've been hustling more than 10,000 hours, you've been moving, whatever you moving on the streets, whatever you doing. I won't care if you're selling hot dogs. If you sold hot dogs for over 10,000 hours, you got a master's degree in selling hot dogs. You should know everything about selling hot dogs in and out, right? But that's the same thing with bullshit. Now, if you're being a bullshitter for over 10,000 hours, which a lot of people is, then you're a master of bullshitting. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know where that's going to get you. And it's going to get you a bunch of bullshit and into a bunch of bullshit that is hard to get out of. You feel me? So let's sound an alarm for the bullshitters, for real. Let's sound an alarm for the bullshitters. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're a bullshitter, then you need an alarm. Stay away from bullshitters, dog. You know what I'm saying? They not good for you. So let's get into something else, man. Let me read the rest of this right here. So now this is still coming off chapter 9, Mastery. So trace your steps to see how you could have added more value or done it better. Take the time to reflect on your win to win easier next time. The victory is never over. Life is ever evolving. Our knowledge, our information must be continually upgraded in order to stay ahead of the game. Being current isn't good enough. A hustler must stay ahead of the curve. A hustler saying, true game is not something you can peep out while a person is running it on you. True game is when you make it home and realize that a person just got over on you, whether it be getting you out of time, energy, money, etc. Bam. Do you hear that? So we in the state and the era right now to where being current isn't good enough. You got to be ahead of the game. You got to be steps ahead of the game. So now what you seeing when we say like the bullshitters and everything, right? Like I have came up with this right here, that if you can call out, if a person running something on you and you can see that shit, that's not real game. That's not real game. Like real game is like I say, when you get home, you like, God damn, this motherfucker just got me. That's when it's already said and done. That's real game right there. That's real game. That's when a motherfucker has worked you already. And you sitting back at home looking stupid like, damn, that motherfucker got me. Or let's say this right here. Or when you already done blew the bag or made a bold move and you sitting back now like, fuck, man, I should have been thinking. That's the wasteful spending, the wasteful the time, the energy, getting you out of time, energy, etc. How many times have we told ourselves like, man, I ain't fucking with that person. I ain't doing that no more. You know what I'm saying? They can't catch me over there no more. And guess what? You probably telling yourself that shit as you leaving from wherever. Or you just finished fucking with them. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to really prioritize right now, because if you're wasting your time, energy, resources, whatever, finances, this ain't the time to be wasteful at all. You have to really lock down and hoard that shit and make sure that it's, you know what I'm saying, it's going towards the priorities. Make sure you got your shit together. I advise everybody not to spend nothing right now. Even if you got it. I advise everybody to lock down and don't spend nothing right now, even if you got it, because if y'all think it's ugly now, it's finna get even uglier. You know what I'm saying? It's finna get even uglier with these politicians and all this bullshit right here. It's about to get even uglier, and it's finna tighten up a whole lot more. So you better make sure you got all of your priorities and shit in check and in order. Because if not, I'm telling you, man, you never know where you will wind up now. Especially for anybody that's been in the streets, you should know how these streets have changed, how dry it is and fucked up it is out here. People are like really putting their foot down and stopping everything just to change the game. So if you know, you know. But like I said, man, I want to touch on now. If you haven't got that hustle code, I wanted to drop on that right there and touch on that. You know, we dropping jewels in here, man. If you need a copy of the hustle code, I got you, DetroitKingTape.com. If you can support. If you can't, it's all good too. Now I want to talk about with flexing, right? Hey. So I want to talk about when flexing goes wrong. Here's the thing right here. Everybody getting money just to flex on the next man. Everybody's getting money to flex, right? Soon as they getting paper now, guess what they doing? Oh, man, they throwing their wrists up, they throwing the jewels up, they putting a new whip out, they doing all this right here. All of this shit is for show now. So now, let's get to this. Flexing is this simply put, right? That shit don't impress. You can't flex up. Now watch how cold this is. I came up with this too. You can't flex up. You can only flex down. That means flexing on motherfuckers underneath you. You see what I'm saying? Like you can't go around nobody else and like, yeah, nigga, this right here, because that shit don't matter to them. They can go out and do that shit like it's nothing to them. But you can only flex on the people who don't have it or wish they could get it. That's why I'm not big on like flexing, you know what I'm saying? Because you can only flex on the people underneath you, man. You know what I mean? Like you can only rub that in their face. When you throwing it up, when you doing all this right here, it's really for the people that, you know what I'm saying? You showing out to the have-nots. Because the ones who have don't give a fuck. And the ones who have got it anyway, so they're like, okay, I see you, dog, but what else? You see what I'm saying? So I think that's kind of like, we got to start doing things with more substance. You know what I'm saying? Shit that's making more sense. Shit that's like when you able to show that you building communities up. Like I have an idea we're working on where we want to incorporate some land and start, building the communities on that. It's a difference. We have to show our culture and our people different things now at this point. It ain't about just all the flexing and shit. Like that's cool, but I've done so much of that it's not even like I can't be impressed now. A person could pull up on me with a Bugatti. A person could pull up on me with the rarest diamonds. A person could show me anything. I'm not, floored or impressed by that shit. Like it's not even nothing to me. I understand because that shit comes and goes. And then it's so lame right now that goofballs and lames have taken over the game to where it's hard to separate, who's who. It used to be, oh yeah, that motherfucker, for him to have that, he had to earn that. He has to be somebody. Now it's like sucker's luck, sucker stumbling up on that. So you'll miss, read a situation like, damn, dog was doing this. He looked like this. He had this connection. Damn, I thought he was solid. Turned out to be bold all along. So with that being said, you can't even judge no book by its cover at all. You can't even judge it by, what you think he's been through. What you think he did, it don't fucking matter no more. Like, I don't judge that shit off no more. Motherfucker can't come around me dripping in jewels and loaded with paper and all this shit. And, like, I'm like, yeah, old dog about his business. It don't matter. The money don't impress me. And the money doesn't solidify you as being real. The money doesn't stamp you. The money just shows that somewhere down the line, you could have caught a streak of luck. You know what I'm saying? Or you know how to hustle. You know how to work. But that doesn't mean that you are a strong and solid, you know what I'm saying, individual to the core. That don't mean that. That doesn't represent that. That just represents that you know some type of business. And that's cool. But that's what you should be looking at people as. Don't just qualify them, you know what I'm saying, or think that they meet the criteria just because you see them got a bag or maybe shit lucked up and got rich. You know what I'm saying? Or just had good business sense to where he was able to acquire, you know what I mean, some type of funds. So we have to keep that in perspective. So when people flexing, that's all they doing is flexing on the people underneath them. Because they can't go and I've seen it before too many times. You know what I'm saying? Well, we might be jeweled out going through this town or going through this club right here. But then once we step over here into a meeting in Beverly Hills or something like that where these motherfuckers just cleared 50, 60, 70 M's and you like, oh shit. Like, oh, this is another conversation. You'll want to tuck your chain in because it's another conversation. You want to be on your behavior so you can learn something from these people. Well, you can learn, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I want to know how to get the millions. Fuck these chains and shit. Like, how do I get them M's? How can I pull some of that shit down? How can I have that conversation? Like, we just had a conversation the other day in a meeting to where this guy, he's a pastor, and they've had over 500 loans, grants and shit, like, approved. You know what I mean? Like, to where it's millions and millions and millions of dollars. And he was breaking it down about, he's like, yeah, I made my first million in 2004. And he was like, I didn't even know I had to check my books. He said he had to check his books, and his accountant told him, like, yeah, you made 2 point something last year off of that. And he didn't even know it because he wasn't even focused on the money. He has so many different entities and things going on. And his latest venture of a person he's working with has over 4.8 or 4.6 billion running through his nonprofit annually. That was his last year's, you know what I'm saying? Like his last year fucking numbers. And I'm just like, billion, but these guys are in the space to where they have motherfuckers that's coming in donating 100 fucking M's and shit like this. They cleaning money up. You know how this shit go, man. You know what I'm saying? They running up the money. They cleaning up the money, man. But it's a different conversation. You have to be willing to learn different conversations. You have to be willing to change what you thought was working. When that shit ain't working for you no more, get out, learn some different conversations, some different information, some different lingo. Like when you change, I was just telling somebody this today. When you change and you're changing for the better, you have to change what supports that. You have to take everything that wasn't supporting your change and you have to replace it with things that are supporting your change. With people, places, and things that are supporting your change. So if you stop drinking, then you don't need to be hanging out at the club. You see what I'm saying? If you stop smoking, then all your friends, you don't need to have a bunch of friends who smoke. I'm going to tell you why. Because it's just influencing you to smoke again. It's influencing you to drink again. You know what I'm saying? If you fucking up, see, like I gotta spin a habit to where I have to stay away from certain places because I'm like, that ain't good for me. Because if I'm there, I'm going to spin. You see what I'm saying? So in that aspect right there, man, we're going to bring it back full circle to say, hey, man, right now, lock down, focus up. You know what I'm saying? No more wasteful spending. No more wasteful anything from time, energy, any of that shit. You don't want to be wasting none of that. You want to support your change. You want to create an environment that supports your change. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want to flex on nobody. If you is getting money, whatever, man. We don't want to be flexing on the people underneath us. You know what I mean? That's like calling the people we just left out the neighborhood with broke. Like, who do that? Like, I don't even be into that. I don't think, I'm trying to remember if I ever even, like, I ain't a dude that be calling motherfuckers, but like, oh, your broke ass this right here. I just saw the realest shit, and I think Peasy posted that shit. Callie, what's happening? I think Peasy posted that shit, man. Shout out Peasy. Peasy said a bitch will help you spend all your money and then call you broke. That's some cold shit right there, because you know what? I've experienced that before. I've experienced that not only with women, I've experienced that with, you know what I'm saying, with guys too. You know what I'm saying? Not that they just call me broke, but you can just tell like the energy is different, it shifts, and people forget who you are. Like if you that motherfucker who ran up on that bag, that check, and they helped you spend it and all that, and then they turn around like, yeah, man, you just acting like that because you ain't, you know what I'm saying, in the position you used to be in. And that should be the biggest slap in your face. But it's also a wake-up call to say, oh, don't worry about it, because your ass won't be there the time the next check come through this bitch that's 10 times bigger than that one. You won't be there for that one. Bet you won't have a plate at this table again. So make sure you are very conscious of everybody around you that have dropped the ball, fucked up, or showed you their true colors. And don't allow them that again. Don't give them that again. If you do, guess what? We're going to sound an alarm on your ass. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to tell them this. Before it's all over, we're going to tell them this right here. Hey. Y'all can keep the followers, man. This was another good live. If y'all want to tap in and get that motherfucking hustle code, DetroitKingTape.com, man, I appreciate y'all. One love, you know what I'm saying? This is the Health and Hustle Show. Straight off the muscle, it's health and hustle. Till we run it up again. Let's go, man. Appreciate y'all.